Most men think that if they flash enough cash, younger women will automatically line up. But here's the truth. Money alone doesn't buy you genuine attraction. It just buys temporary attention. Younger women are not blind. They can spot when a man is trying to compensate with his wallet instead of his presence. At first, yes, the dinners, the gifts, the luxury can impress. But once the surface fades, she'll start asking herself, does this man excite me, inspire me, or make me feel alive? If the answer is no, your money won't save you. Desire is psychological, not financial. It comes from energy, confidence, and the way you carry yourself, not the digits in your bank account. So if you think money is the shortcut, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. Attraction is built on psychology. And once you understand that, you'll never fall into the trap of trying to buy her love. 1. Money creates comfort, not desire. Here's the raw truth most men don't want to hear. Money can make her life easier, but it will never make her heart beat faster. Comfort is not the same thing as desire. Comfort is having the bills paid, the car fueled, the dinners handled. Desire is when she looks at you and feels that spark she can't control, the kind of pull that makes her lean closer without even realizing it. Money provides stability, but stability alone doesn't ignite fire in a woman's body or mind. If it did, then every wealthy man on earth would be irresistible, and we both know that's not reality. You see, when you rely only on your bank account, you're signaling that you don't trust yourself to attract her with who you are. You're saying, I don't have enough presence, charisma, or masculinity, so let me distract you with what I can buy. And women are sharp. They sense this immediately. At first, she may enjoy the lifestyle, but soon enough, she'll feel the emptiness behind it. Because no handbag, no vacation, no fancy wine can replace the thrill of being with a man who carries himself with certainty, power, and confidence. Think about it this way. Women don't fantasize about men who give them allowance money. They fantasize about men who make them feel something. Men who challenge them, protect them, excite them, and even frustrate them in ways that pull their emotions deeper. Money can never buy that emotional roller coaster because desire is not logical. It's primal. And primal attraction comes from energy, not expense. Another problem with using money alone is that it flips the roles. Instead of being the man she respects and desires, you become the provider she tolerates. She's polite, she smiles, but deep down she knows you're replaceable because there's always another man with more money. And that's the most dangerous spot you can ever be in, being the guy she uses until someone else comes along. So understand this. Money should be a tool, not a personality. If you have it, great. Use it to enhance, not replace, who you are. A confident, masculine man with money becomes irresistible because the wealth is just an extension of his already magnetic presence. But a man with money and no depth, he's just an ATM with a heartbeat, and women don't fall in love with machines. 2. Money can attract attention but not respect. Here's what most men confuse. Attention and respect are not the same thing. Yes, money can draw eyes toward you. If you drive a luxury car, wear a watch worth more than her rent, or take her to a rooftop bar with $1,000 views, she'll notice. But attention is cheap. It fades the moment someone else flashes something shinier. Respect, on the other hand, is rare. Respect is when she looks at you not just for what you can give, but for who you are as a man. And here's the psychology secret. Younger women don't stay loyal to men they don't respect. Money alone doesn't command respect. Why? Because women instinctively know that money is external. It can come and go. One bad investment, one job loss, one market crash, and it's gone. Respect, however, is internal. It's tied to your character, your confidence, your ability to stand tall regardless of circumstances. A man who has confidence with or without money will always be more attractive than the man whose only source of value is his wealth. Women are wired to look beyond the surface because they want security, not just financially, but emotionally and psychologically. Think about it. How many stories have you heard of rich men being cheated on, divorced, or left behind? If money alone guaranteed loyalty, those situations wouldn't exist. What's missing is respect, and respect is built on qualities money can't buy: integrity, leadership, strength, ambition, and the ability to create an emotional experience that no dollar amount can replace. Younger women especially are sensitive to this. They're in a world full of men trying to impress them with superficial things. So when she meets a man who doesn't need to flex, who doesn't use his money as a mask, she feels something different. That difference is respect. She can trust him, admire him, and most importantly, desire him. Because respect is the foundation of desire. It keeps her drawn to you, even when the gifts stop coming. If all you offer is money, then you're basically paying for her presence. And the moment you stop paying, she stops staying. But if you build respect, then even when you're not giving her anything material, she's still there, still hooked, still craving your energy. That's the power money can never buy. 3. Money doesn't trigger. Emotional chemistry attraction isn't about logic, it's about chemistry. And chemistry is not something you can swipe a credit card for. You can buy the nicest bottle of wine, the most expensive dinner, even the luxury vacation to impress her. But if there's no spark between you, it's just a business transaction dressed up as romance. Women don't fall in love with the dinner bill. They fall in love with the feeling you give them while you're sitting across the table. And here's the truth. If she doesn't feel that magnetic pull toward you, all the money in the world won't flip the switch. Emotional chemistry is primal. It's in your eye contact, the tone of your voice, the way you carry yourself when you walk into a room. It's in how you listen, how you tease, how you challenge her without trying too hard. These are the moments that make her laugh, make her blush, make her lean in a little closer. That's chemistry. And chemistry is what separates the man she tolerates from the man she obsesses over. Money can get her to show up, but chemistry makes her want to stay. Now, here's where most men mess it up. They think luxury equals excitement. They think, if I give her the best, she'll feel special. But here's the psychological trap. She doesn't connect the experience to you. She connects it to the environment. She remembers the view, the car, the champagne, but not you. If you stripped all that away, would she still feel butterflies? If the answer is no, then you never had chemistry to begin with. You just had props, and props eventually lose their power. Women crave experiences that make them feel alive. They want a man who knows how to spark that fire in ordinary moments, walking down the street, sitting on the couch, sharing inside jokes that nobody else understands. When you have chemistry, even silence feels electric. When you don't, even a 5-star vacation feels dull. That's why men who lead with money often end up confused. They did everything right, yet she still drifts away. The truth is simple. You can't purchase emotional connection. So understand this. Chemistry is built, not bought. It comes from your energy, your presence, your ability to be masculine without begging for validation. That's what women remember. That's what keeps them hooked. And that's why money alone will never be enough, because no amount of spending can replace the magic of genuine emotional chemistry. 4. Money without masculine energy feels empty. Here's a reality check. Younger women aren't just looking for security. They're looking for energy, masculine energy. That unshakable presence that makes her feel both safe and excited at the same time. You can buy her a luxury purse, but if you walk around with weak body language, hesitant words, and no confidence, she'll lose interest faster than you can hand her the receipt. Why? Because deep down, women are wired to seek strength. not just stuff. Money is external. Masculine energy is internal. And without that energy, all the wealth in the world feels hollow. Masculine energy is about more than muscles or dominance. It's about direction. A man who knows where he's going, who doesn't fold under pressure, who carries himself with certainty, becomes magnetic. Younger women pick up on this immediately. It's in how you order at a restaurant without fumbling. It's in how you hold her attention without constantly checking your phone. It's in how you handle challenges without falling apart. That's what makes her look at you differently than every other man trying to buy her time. Here's the problem. A lot of older men use money as a crutch because they've forgotten how to project that energy. They think their wallet can cover for their lack of confidence. But the opposite happens. Money without masculine energy makes you look weaker, not stronger. It tells her you're trying to compensate. And women don't fall for compensation, they fall for conviction. If she senses you don't have that inner strength, she might enjoy the benefits of your spending, but she'll never feel desire. Think about the men women fantasize about in movies or books. It's not the banker signing checks. It's the warrior, the leader, the man who owns the room with nothing but his presence. When you bring masculine energy to the table, money becomes the cherry on top. Without it, money is just noise. And younger women are quick to tune out noise. So here's the psychology secret. If you want to attract her beyond the surface, you need to focus on developing your inner strength. Stand tall, speak with purpose, move with certainty. Be the man who doesn't need to buy respect because he commands it naturally. Once you have that masculine energy, money only amplifies your power. But without it, you're just a wealthy man with empty hands, and women can feel that emptiness the moment they meet you. 5. Money can buy time, but not loyalty. Here's a brutal truth most men ignore. Money can buy her time, but it will never buy her loyalty. You can pay for dinners, vacations, and gifts, and yes, she'll show up. She might even smile, laugh, and play the part. But deep down, loyalty is not for sale. Loyalty comes from emotional investment, from the way she feels when she's with you, not from what she gains when she's around you. If her only reason to stay is the lifestyle, then the moment the lifestyle disappears, or the moment another man offers her more, she's gone. Younger women especially are surrounded by options. Social media has made it easier than ever for them to receive attention, validation, and offers from men with money. So if you think your wallet alone is enough to lock her down, you're setting yourself up for heartbreak. Money can put you on her schedule, but only respect, attraction, and emotional chemistry will keep you on her mind. Loyalty is earned through who you are, not what you give. Here's the psychology behind it. Women crave security, but they also crave excitement, connection, and a sense of belonging. Money may provide security, but it does nothing for the other three. If anything, it makes her suspicious. She'll wonder if you're trying to buy her because you lack something deeper. And the truth is, many men do exactly that. They use money as a bandage to cover the fact that they can't command loyalty through their presence. But loyalty doesn't come from bandages. It comes from wounds healed by trust, respect, and shared experiences that money can't purchase. Think about it. If she's with you only because of money, then she's with the lifestyle, not you. She's loyal to the benefits, not to the man providing them. That's why so many wealthy men end up blindsided when the relationship collapses. They assumed money was enough to keep her there forever. But loyalty is psychological. It's tied to how you make her feel. Do you make her feel safe? Do you make her feel desired? Do you make her feel like she's with a man she can admire? Those things money can never provide. So don't fool yourself into thinking you've secured her because you can pay the bills. Real loyalty isn't built on lifestyle. It's built on emotional connection and respect. Money may keep her entertained, but it won't keep her devoted. If you want her loyalty, You have to earn it through your energy, your confidence, and the way you lead the relationship. Without that, your money only guarantees one thing: that she'll be there until something shinier comes along. 6. Money without confidence exposes insecurity. Here's the harsh reality. Money without confidence doesn't impress, it exposes. When a man uses his wealth as his only selling point, what he's really saying is, I don't believe I'm enough on my own. And women feel that energy instantly. They're intuitive. They can spot insecurity behind the Rolex, behind the car, behind the fancy dinners. Instead of being drawn to you, she sees right through you. And once she senses weakness, the attraction dies. Because women may tolerate insecurity, but they never desire it. Confidence is the invisible currency that women value far above money. It's the way you walk into a room without needing validation. It's the way you can hold eye contact, joke with ease, and speak with authority without second-guessing yourself. Confidence makes her feel safe, excited, and even a little nervous in the best way. But here's the trap. When a man tries to replace confidence with money, he looks like he's hiding. And nothing turns a woman off faster than a man who hides behind his possessions. Think about it. If you take her out to the best restaurant, but you sit there nervous, unsure of what to say, overthinking every move, you've already lost. The steak, the champagne, the view, they don't matter because your energy is weak. On the flip side, a man with strong presence could take her to a food truck and still have her hooked. Why? Because she's attracted to him, not his environment. That's the power of confidence. The truth is, women are constantly testing men, not always with words, but with reactions, with silence, with subtle cues. If you crumble, if you seek reassurance, if you think money can shield you from those tests, you fail. And the moment she sees you lack confidence, she mentally checks out. Money doesn't cover insecurity. It magnifies it. It makes her wonder, if he lost all of this tomorrow, who would he be? If the answer is no one, then she knows you're not the man she's truly drawn to. Here's the psychology secret. Women don't fall for men who need their money to feel powerful. They fall for men who are powerful with or without it. The watch, the car, the trips, those become bonuses, not the foundation. So if you want to attract younger women in a way that lasts, stop trying to prove your worth with what you own. Build the confidence that makes you magnetic in any setting. Because once you have that, money stops being your mask and starts being your amplifier. 7. Money can impress the eyes, but not touch the soul. Here's the final truth you need to accept. Money is visual, but attraction is emotional. Yes, you can impress her eyes with the car you drive, the watch you wear, or the trips you plan. But if she doesn't feel something in her soul when she's around you, then you're just a temporary spectacle. Younger women may look at your lifestyle and say, wow. But that wow fades the second she realizes there's nothing deeper to connect to. Attraction that lasts isn't built on what she sees, it's built on what she feels. The psychology is simple. Women crave experiences that move them emotionally. They want to feel passion, mystery, safety, excitement, all rolled into one. Money can buy entertainment, but it can't buy those feelings. You can take her to a 5-star resort, but if the energy between you is flat, the trip becomes nothing more than a photo album for her social media. She got the pictures, she got the moment, but she didn't get you. And when she doesn't feel you, the connection dies before it ever really begins. Think about the men women stay loyal to, the ones they daydream about long after the date ends. It's not the richest guy in the room. It's the one who made her laugh until her stomach hurt. The one who looked at her with certainty, as if he already owned the moment. The one who wasn't afraid to challenge her, tease her, or make her feel vulnerable in the best possible way. That's soul-level attraction, and no amount of money can manufacture it. Here's the danger with relying on money. It creates shallow relationships. She might come along for the ride, but she's not truly invested. She's there for the perks, not the person. And when you're just the perks, you're replaceable. Because there's always another man with a bigger yacht, a flashier car, or a fancier vacation. But when you touch her soul, you become irreplaceable. She won't compare you to anyone else, because what she feels with you can't be duplicated. So remember this: money can open the door, but it can't keep her inside. The only thing that keeps her there is the way you make her feel. Your energy, your confidence, your presence, your ability to connect beyond the surface. Impressing her eyes is temporary. Touching her soul is forever. That's the difference between being the man she dates for fun and being the man she never forgets. And that difference is something money will never buy. At the end of the day, you need to understand this simple truth. Money alone will never make a younger woman truly desire you. It might open doors. It might buy you her attention. It might even give you a temporary seat at the table. But it will never win her heart, her respect, or her loyalty. Because attraction doesn't live in her bank account. It lives in her psychology. And psychology is driven by confidence, energy, presence, and the way you make her feel. If you strip away the gifts, the cars, the dinners, what's left? That's the question she asks herself, whether she says it out loud or not. If the answer is a man she respects, admires, and feels deeply attracted to, then you've won. But if the answer is just an empty wallet with no personality, then you've lost the game before it even started. So stop hiding behind your money. Stop thinking your value is tied to the price tag of your lifestyle. Build yourself into the kind of man who doesn't need to buy attraction because he creates it naturally. When you become that man, your money stops being your mask and starts being your multiplier.